Merry Christmas, guys. It's an awesome night. Tonight we're going to go over on or talk about how to get a sponsor in the hunting industry, and we are starting right now. Welcome to the channel, guys. We're going to give it a few minutes, get some people in here, and we're going to have this discussion. And if you guys are new to the channel, please be sure to subscribe to the channel as well. And then that way you guys never miss a video. We're going to give this a few minutes, get some people in here. If you guys are just joining in, if you could please share this live stream, get it out to some people so we can get some people in here. I'm going to go ahead and pull the chat out here so I can see what's going on. All right, there's the chat. Restore. What's up, LMG Games? What's going on? All right, there's the chat. All right, looks like we're coming through good here. So, Merry Christmas, guys. Hop in the chat there. Let me know you're here. Let me know how your Christmas was. I hope you guys are doing good. And as always, I hope you guys are feeling good. Tonight, we're going to talk about how to get a sponsor in the hunting industry, because it's a hot topic right now. You know, and a lot of people want to know that. A lot of people want to start filming their hunts. A lot of people want to, you know, work in the hunting industry, and you know, it's a fun thing to do. And if that's something that you're interested in, then I would highly encourage you to do it, because it's fun. It's fun. You get to meet people, and it's a huge area for, you know, for possibilities. The possibilities are endless, and it all boils down to the amount of dedication that you want to put into it, and it just really depends on, like I said, on how much dedication and effort that you want to put into trying to work in the hunting industry. So looks like we got a bunch of people in here now. If you guys could like this video and share this video out to your buddies, and you know, anybody that you feel would be interested in getting into the hunting industry, share this video out to them. That way we can get them in here and you know, give some advice to them as well. What's up, Robbie Nickman? What's going on, buddy? So in the hunting industry, like when I first started trying to figure out like what to do, and honestly, I had no idea. You start out, you're new to something, you have no idea, you're nervous, you have no idea how to even start doing it. So basically, what I started doing is, obviously I went out and bought a video camera. So I wanted to start recording my hunts, and I just went to like Best Buy, and I think I bought like a $250 little handy cam, shot 1080p. It was good enough, you know, to start with. I think I went to like Dick's Sporting Goods, bought a really cheap camera arm. I remember the thing was like $40, and it was like squeaking, and I'm like trying to oil everything to keep it from squeaking, just trying to get by, you know. Just starting out. I didn't want to get too crazy because I didn't really know how far, you know, that I would take it. What's up, hunting and stuff with J&J? What's going on, buddy? Merry Christmas. And I didn't know how far I wanted to take it, so I just started recording hunts. I went on YouTube, started watching, you know, how to film hunts, and you know, definitely how to self-film, and things like that. And I really got into it. I started, you know, filming a lot of hunts. I really got into it. It was exciting because you know, you're filming something and you're just adding that extra piece of excitement to the hunt already. So, you know, if you like hunting already, filming just adds that extra part to it, and it just makes it very, very exciting. What's up, Danny? Um, what's going on, Kyle? Merry Christmas, guys. So filming just adds that extra excitement into hunting. Hunting's fun already. When you add filming in, it makes it harder to do, because especially when you're self filming, and anything that's hard to do is exciting to do. So with that said, after you start putting videos out there, you start whatever platform that you decide to go on, whether it's YouTube, Facebook or Instagram or something like that. You have to start producing videos. You have to start producing videos and trying to film your hunts. That's pretty much like step one. Once you get used to filming and things like that, and have a little bit of content that you can show the company, okay, here's the video that I did. Here's me killing a doe, or here's me killing a buck, or here's just me filming a hunt. At least you have that base. You have that footage that you can send to them. So what you want to do is you want to start emailing the companies that you want to work with. And I shouldn't say that right off the bat, because there's a lot of people that will, the whole terminology of like pro staff and field staff, it honestly drives me nuts, because I hate the terminology of a pro staff and a field staff, because everybody's a pro staff or everybody's a field staff. And a lot of times these people will get on a pro staff or something just because they'll want to get on a team or a pro staff just to say that they're on a pro staff with somebody. And regardless if the product works or doesn't work, they'll just want to be with that company just to say that they're with somebody. And you shouldn't do that. You should only try to go after the companies that you have either used that product, or you have researched that product and truly believe in that product, that it could benefit you, and it would a product that you could promote to people and encourage them to buy it. So don't just jump into something, boom, 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 all kinds of different pro staff just to be on a pro staff. You don't want to do that. So if you find a product that you like, then obviously you want to send them an email, send them a message, start, tag them on Facebook, tag them on Instagram. Even what you could do is even buy the product. If it's something relatively affordable that you can buy, go ahead and buy that product and do like a review on it. So this is like starting from the ground up. Majority of people, we're all average guys. I'm an average person. We're all average. You're literally starting from rock bottom is what I did. So when you're starting from rock bottom, you really don't have a whole lot of options to really do other than starting out this way. So when you're starting out from rock bottom, you got to start filming your hunts. You have to start tagging the company on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, review the products, and start promoting yourself in a professional manner. The company typically could care less about the footage or anything like that you have. They want to invest in you. So when they're investing in you, they believe in you. You're a good person. You have skills as far as you look comfortable. You know how to talk on camera and things like that. They're investing in you. They don't really care, whatever your name of your, show is or something like that. They could care less what the name of your show is. They want to invest in you. So you have to be obviously a good person, or try to be the best that you can, and you always have to act professional on and off camera. And if you're on Facebook, you're posting pictures of you drinking beer, smoking, and whatever it is, that company's not going to want to invest in you. So you can't be on Facebook, you can't be on YouTube. If you're shooting a video or something, you can't have beer cans laying in the background. and all that other stuff, because it's just not, it doesn't look professional on camera. And that company's not going to want to invest in you. So you have to, dress fairly decent, on camera. Don't have beer cans on there, and, kind of clean up the split, whatever it is that you're filming, clean up the place a little bit, just present yourself in a professional manner. So, Chop Chop, that's nice how you put comments on the screen. How do you do that? You just go into OBS, and it's just like an overlay. If you watch YouTube videos on it, it'll show you how to do it. What's up, James Miller? What's up, Timothy? What's up, Dave? Hope your Xmas was well. Can't hang out too long. Headed to Xmas party. Have a good one. Awesome, man. Thank you. What's up, Gabriel? What's going on, buddy? Merry Christmas, guys. So after you get a camera, film your hunts, start tagging the company, email them, and things like that. That's your first step. You have to get content out there. You have to present yourself, and you have to be marketable. So if you're a marketable person, you can speak fairly well on camera. You start pushing out content, start getting some videos out there, recording some, deer, bears, turkey, whatever it is. Just get some content out there and create a presence on social media. Because believe it or not, I said this before, but I honestly predict probably in the next 5 years, probably over half of the television shows that you see on a national presence is going to be gone. And that's probably because of companies cutting out sponsorships to TV shows, because when the company sponsors a television show has to follow a specific format on television. So when you have a TV show and you follow that specific format, you're not necessarily interacting with your audience. You don't connect to them on that level to where they're gonna be interested in buying a product. Obviously, unless you're like, some famous guy, TV show or something. A lot of time that's really the only time that they're going to sell products through television. Television is good for like branding wise, as far as like branding your name, your logo, or something like that. But TV shows are not good for sales. Sales come from interacting with people through social media, out in the public, and things like that. That's where sales come from. The company wants to invest in you, and they care on how much product that you can sell. The more product you sell, the more valuable you are to that company. So if you're not selling product, or that company doesn't see a return profit in sponsoring you, then they're not going to sponsor you anymore. So majority of the time, they don't care on how big of a buck you kill, anything like that. If you can sell product, then you're in the chips. Now, obviously, killing animals and everything is going to, using a certain product and then killing an animal is also going to entice your audience to buy that product, because it's showing them that it's working. But you have to consider that the realization that we are average people, we're average guys, we're hunting what we can. Most of us are hunting public land. Some of us are hunting 10 acres, 20 acres. Some of us are hunting 50 acres. We don't have a whole lot of land to hunt. We are hunting, weekends only, because we have a day job. We have to work 40, 50 hours a week. We're hunting after work. So you're not going to get a kill every single time you hunt. That's just real life. That's hunting. So when you watch a TV show, every show is a kill. Well, that's not going to happen, with the average person. If you get 1 or 2 kills a year, you're lucky. That's real life. And that's why television shows are kind of fading out, because us people watching this show, it gives us a false, mindset on, it kind of makes people depressed. You see all these television shows and they're killing deer left and right, but yet here we are, busting our butt, doing what we can to try to kill one, and it just doesn't happen. So people like to relate to the average person, and people are thirsty for knowledge. So watching a television show, you just don't get that presence, that interaction, engagement with your audience. So that engagement and things like that come through actual social media, branding yourself through social media, putting yourself out there, getting people to recognize your face, recognize your presence on camera. And I'm not talking about doing goofy stuff, try to get attention or something like that. But just you have to be willing and take the risks to put yourself out there to get people to get a following through social media and get people to believe in you, and things like that. So it really comes down to your presence on camera, interacting with that company, and things like that. And like I said, you have to be willing to take that risk, because if you're not willing to take a risk, you're not going to reap the rewards. And you could take the risk and you could fail, and that's perfectly fine. I fail at things all the time. You can only that's one way to learn from something is you try something, you fail. Well, if you fail, then you try again, but you just do it differently. So you have to keep trying until you get that stride down, and you just start rolling with things. And in the beginning, when you try all this stuff, you're going to think in your head that you want to get as many companies as you want, and you shouldn't do that. One, because it's hard to keep up. It's hard to keep up with promoting each company, and you can't flood your social media with just promoting stuff. You just can't do that, because your audience is going to get tired of seeing you just selling things and stuff like that. So I'm going to jump in the chat here. What's up, buddy? Thank you. Merry Christmas. Danny, hey guys, 16 people watching. Let's all give him a like. Thanks, Danny. I found a SPY point. 1972, David. I found a SPY point Force 12 online on clearance for $79. Is that a good price? Yes, because the SPY point Force 12, I think the Force 12 is 129, I believe. So 79 is a really good price. So yeah, definitely. So if you guys have any questions as far as a sponsorship, or if that's what you're trying to do or interested in, then ask some questions about that, and I'll try to help you guys. And if you guys are new coming in here, please give this video a share out to your buddies, if you know anybody that's interested in trying to get on a hunting pro staff or sponsorship. Okay, so back to sponsorships. Now, when you're putting content out and you're putting yourself out there to get an audience to follow you, it's all through social media. I don't care about television. I don't care about any of that. It's all through social media. Social media has endless possibilities. Now, I'd say probably 2 years ago, gaining a following on social media was fairly easy to do, because Facebook has changed the algorithm on what people see from your page. So when you start a Facebook page 2 years ago, 3 years ago, it was literally simple to get followers. Everybody was seeing your stuff, and it was easy to get a following. Nowadays, it's a little more difficult to gain a following and get engagement through social media, because the way Facebook algorithm works. It's said that probably only about 8 to 10% of your audience of your page following is going to see your content. So that's very, very minimum. We have almost 21,000 followers on Facebook, and you just don't reach all 20,000 people. It's impossible. So you reach a very minimum amount of your following, which makes it difficult to grow on social media nowadays. It's still possible, but you just have to be tricky, on what you post and things like that. YouTube has also became the same way. Um, the YouTube algorithm constantly changes. So if you're looking to start a YouTube channel, which I highly encourage you to do, I also highly encourage you to watch YouTube videos on SEO, search engine optimization. Everything through the internet, Google, YouTube, and things like that. Google is the #1 search engine. So if you're posting videos on YouTube, you have to think of searchability. So if you're titling, a video on YouTube, Whitetail Obsession Outdoors deer hunt, well, that's not really searchable. Nobody's going to go to YouTube and search Whitetail Obsession Outdoors deer hunt. I'm sure there'll be some people that do that, but a higher probability of somebody searching something would be, early season deer hunt over a food plot, or late season deer hunt over a food source. Those are more searchable than Whitetail Obsession Outdoors deer hunt. So you have to consider SEO, search engine optimization. So anytime you're uploading a video to YouTube and trying to grow your audience, you have to think SEO. It still makes it a little bit harder to grow on YouTube, but it's still possible. I think this year, in 11 months, we've gained, I think, 3,500 subscribers on YouTube. And that may not seem like a lot to you guys because, a lot of there's channels that have, not necessarily hunting channels, but, other channels that have millions of subscribers and, hundreds of thousands of subscribers. But majority of hunting channels have below 1,000 subscribers. There's only a select few that have more than 50,000, or really honestly more than 10,000. So it's still possible to grow on YouTube. You just have to consider SEO. So when you're starting your videos on YouTube, consider SEO. That'll help your channel, start your channel out and help your channel start to grow. And when you're working with these companies, and you're sending these guys emails and things like that to try to be, with their team on their pro staff, or, whatever you want to call it. Me personally, I like to call it a partnership, because you guys are partnering up, as a team. Your job is to promote that company, use their products, and show people that they actually work. Their job in return is whatever deal that you guys have worked out, and their job is to promote you as well. So it's a partnership. You guys work together. They promote you, you promote them. And in exchange, you grow as a partnership. You're as a friendship. So that's typically how that works. Now, this is what is funny, and the part that really starts things out here is, if you're just starting out, okay, you don't really have a big following, you have really no content or something like that. If you are messaging the companies and you're saying you want free product, well, free product is good, but companies really don't want to hear the word free. It's better to say like a product sponsorship. Product sponsorship is where that company provides, free product to you in exchange for you promoting that company. But you have to be willing, or you have to be able to offer that company something in exchange. So if you're reaching out to the companies and saying, okay, well, I need, $500 worth of, just say corn, just for example, if you're reaching out to a company and say, I need whatever $500 will get me for corn, that's what I need. Well, in exchange for them giving you that corn, you have to be able to offer them something, whether that's a following on YouTube, whether that's, photos, like professional quality photos posted on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, or something like that, or whether you're willing to attend like trade shows, or something like that, you have to be willing to exchange something for that. You can't just say, "Give me $500 worth of corn," and then you not do anything for that company. One, that's just wrong to do. You're basically stealing their product if you're not going to promote it. And two, these companies, you have to realize that these companies get hit up 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 times a day from people trying to be sponsored by that company. They literally get bombarded with emails from us, trying to be on their pro staff or some sort of a sponsorship through that company. It does get crazy for that company, and a lot of times that company has been burned before. They've been nice enough to give people product, free product, and that person or team does nothing for them. So if they give you $200, $300, $400 worth of product, that's stuff that they could have sold themselves and profited from when they actually gave it to you. And in exchange that you were supposed to promote that company and you don't do it, that company just lost money. Now, a lot of times what that company, the amount of money or product that company gives you, it's very difficult to promote that product and be able to sell it to the public for that company to get their money back. If you see what I'm saying here. So if a company gives you $100 worth of product, you have to be able to either sell $100 worth of product plus some. So it's just funny on how all that stuff works, because it's difficult. It's difficult to gain a following and get people to trust in you, to be able to sell product. It's not easy. It's not for everybody. It's very difficult to do. It's just you have to put yourself out there to be able for it to work. And with doing that, putting yourself out there, you're gonna have negative comments. You're gonna have haters that that try to put you down. You're gonna have negative comments. That's just the way social media works, and you're gonna get it all the time. And you have to be willing to stand to go through that, because it's going to happen. It happens to me. It's happened to me. It does happen, and it's just something you just have to brush off. Majority of time, it's honestly just haters. So they want to put you down because it's something that they can't do, or something like that. So they want to put you down to make themselves feel better. That's just the way that it goes. That's the world. And you also have to know that not everybody is going to get along. It's just something in life, not every human being that you meet that you're going to get along with. Obviously, you want to try to get along with everybody, but being in the hunting industry or hunting world, you're going to run into people, and not everybody is going to agree with you 100%. And that's perfectly fine. That's just the way it goes. That's the way the world works. But you just have to ignore it and go about your way and continue to do what you're doing. What's up, Robbie? This is so true. It's a lot of work. I am learning something new every day. Awesome. Robbie, I need to start filming more for what I do. I agree. You do. Robbie said it happened to him. Robbie sells a product, and he has pro staff and field staff and things like that. So I'm sure he knows what I'm talking about. 1972, David T. Dave, have you ever thought about teaming up with other self-filmers like the hunting public on YouTube? Does that help you build your brand? It can, if you cross promote each other. it can definitely help build your brand. Um, I've never done that, but it can definitely absolutely 100% help build your brand if you cross promote between other YouTubers and things like that. That probably will be something that I'll be looking into in 2018, is some cross promoting type stuff between different channels and things like that. The whole trick, if you guys are trying to film hunts and build a YouTube audience, is consistency. So obviously, the more uploads and more videos that you upload to the channel, the faster and more chances that you have to be able to grow. So if you're uploading once a week, that's pretty standard average for a channel to grow, is pretty much once a week. Obviously, the more that you upload to your channel weekly, the faster you're going to be able to grow. So over the years, between, I'd say probably 3 years, I've probably had, I'd say 15 team members that I've brought in, that people wanted to help out, and things like that. I've probably had about 15 people, pro staff, if you want to call them. None of them have worked out, and that's okay. That's just the way that it goes. It's hard. Not every if something's not yours, typically you're not going to care about it as much as the person that owns it, if that makes sense. So if you guys start a channel, you start a brand, you start filming hunts, and you create a team for yourself, and you want to build an audience, a lot of your first instinct is to bring people in, friends and things like that, to help you out and to help promote your team, the company that you have, and things like that. It's a good idea if you guys have been friends for a long time and you guys are used to each other, you're like your best friend or something like that. But if you start reaching out through social media to try to bring people in, 95% of the time, it's not going to work out. That person is going to try to take advantage of you, and they're going to most likely be in it just for free stuff. They're not going to be willing to put in that extra work to make it worth your time. So my suggestion is honestly just to stay to yourself, start out with, unless you have like a really, really good close friend that's into it just as much as you are, then I would just stay by yourself to start out with. Currently, right now, it is just myself, and I love it that way. I love it to everything. I love it being by myself because I don't have to worry about nobody or anything like that. And I have had good people over the past. It's just that not everybody is going to put the amount of effort into it that you are, because you're the owner of the brand. So you're going to do whatever you can to continue that brand and continue promoting yourself, and things like that. So I have had good people over the past. It's just not everybody is going to be as dedicated as you are. So when you're getting companies sponsorships, and you reach out to them, a lot of times they're going to say, okay, well, you're the owner, so we've searched social media. This is what we found on you. We see that you are engaging with audience. You put content out there, um, and things like that. So they're going to want to invest in you, and then they're going to say, well, how many team members do you have? Well, if you say you have 2 team members, okay, you have 2 pro staff on your team, okay, they're going to have to search that person. So they're going to say, okay, well, Dave, we're going to give you free product, and then everybody on your pro staff is going to get a discount. Okay. They're going to give you like some kind of discount code or something like that, to where your pro staff can be able to go on that website and order a product at a discounted price in exchange for them promoting that product. Now, okay, you gave this company these people's names and everything. So over the next couple months, this company is going to be checking to see if your pro staff is promoting their product. And when they search on social media and they don't see anything from that person promoting that product, guess what? You're going to be getting an email or a phone call and saying, hey, who the heck are these two guys? Because they just ordered stuff off our website for 50% off, and we haven't seen a single post or a single promotion from that person. So then you're going to start getting questioned. So you have to be very uh, picky on who that you bring in for your team. Wisconsin Whitetail, talk about how to get more views again. I have had my channel for a year now and only had 4 vids over 4,000 views. The rest of my videos have barely 1,000 or less views. I add a lot of tags. So Wisconsin Whitetail, I have followed your videos and I've watched them. The trick to getting, and I'm not an expert at this, but what I'm about to say is what it's helped me grow my channel. 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, Wisconsin Whitetail, if you're still in here, hopefully you're still watching, but when you're uploading videos, 2 years ago, YouTube, as far as the tag section goes, 2 years ago, YouTube went off of single word tags in your YouTube videos. This goes for all you guys that upload YouTube videos. YouTube went by single word tags in the tag section on YouTube. The algorithm constantly changes. They don't do that anymore. So if you want to, your whole key is when you create a title in YouTube, your YouTube video, you create that title, you create that description. You have to have a description in there of what's relevant to your title. So if your title, your video is say, deer hunting early season, okay, that's in your title. If you go into the video or the description part, if you don't have any of those keywords that's in your title in the description, immediately right there, your video gets thrown down. YouTube analyzes your video through the title, tags, and description. They all have to be relevant to each other. So you have to create a description around your title, and then in your keyword section, you have to use long-tailed keywords. So your title, your video should go in a complete sentence in the tag section. You want to have probably 2 to 3 to 4 word keywords all in a complete sentence all the way through. No single words. If you're using single word tags in your tag section, thumbs down. It's the way to rank your videos is through long-tailed keywords. No more single words in your tag section. So you just have to think in your mind of what somebody would be searching for. So if you're creating titles that's not searchable, your video is not going to rank. So if somebody goes to search in, deer hunting early season, you want to be able to rank in the top 20 for that search result. That's typically where people look for, is like the top 20, videos in that search that they just did. So that's how you rank videos and get more views. And your trick is to, in order for, which also helps a video rank, is audience retention. So if you're uploading videos, say you upload a 5-minute video, but people are only watching a minute of that video, thumbs down. Your video gets debunked very quickly, because YouTube seeing that, okay, people are watching this video for a minute, even though that is 5 minutes long. So YouTube is going to see that video is not popular, because at the 1 minute mark, people drop off and they exit out of your video. So your video is not going to get the push through YouTube that it would if people are watching 3 minutes of that video or 4 minutes of that video. So it's very important to have audience retention through your videos. Otherwise, they're not going to rank well. So just start searching on YouTube, SEO, how to increase SEO through, tags, title, and description. Thomas, but you have to have the financial backing to do this from leasing land on up. Not necessarily. You don't really have to have a financial, backing for that, because, that's you're using a mindset of a television show. You're seeing television shows and all these people, are on the show killing 200-inch deer, hunting, 500 to 1,000 acre farms. You guys, and myself are average people, so you do what you can. You knock on doors, you get hunting permission, and then once you build your audience and you build engagement and you put yourself out there and you have sponsors, then you can gain money, and then you can go ahead and buy purchase leases. So that's how that works. Chris Benton, I have enjoyed your videos. They have helped me to start back hunting again. Killed a doe in November, first day back hunting. Thanks again. Keep up the good work. Thanks, buddy. Merry Christmas. Hunting stuff with J&J. Wow, that's great information about YouTube videos. Really had no clue. Now I know why I get such little watches and subscribers or views on my video. Thanks for the information, Dave. No problem. James Miller, what all sponsorships do you have? I don't really consider them sponsorships. I like to call them partnerships. I work with Cirrus Wind Indicator. I haven't announced this yet, but Antler Grow is now my #1 title sponsor from here on out. I've grown a relationship with Antler Grow over the past 2 years. We have became very good friends, and the owner I actually look up to as a mentor. So Antler Grow is going to be my #1 title sponsor, from now all the way through. So I also work with Black Eagle Arrows, Groundhog Max, which is a ATV attachment. It helps you disc up your field to put in food plots and things like that. I also work with Nature's Paint, which is a camo face paint. And my next title sponsor is Spy Point trail cameras. I've used Spy Point trail cameras for 4 years now. They were actually my #1 partnership when I started out, 3 years ago or so, 3.5, something like that. They were the very first company that I worked with, and they've been there since the beginning. So between Antler Grow and Spy Point, those two are my #1 companies that I go to. But Antler Grow, if you guys have not checked that out, I highly encourage you to do. But they're going to be the #1 title sponsor from here on out. Wisconsin Whitetail, thanks. I have long detailed tags, but I think I still need to make better and longer descriptions on a lot of my videos. I think the audience retention plays a big role in ranking. Audience retention is a huge factor in ranking your videos. It's huge. So if people are not watching your videos, and it's hard to do. Not every video that you upload is going to have the effect that you think it's going to have. And you also have those videos where you upload and you think that you're not going to have it, and all of a sudden it explodes. It just really depends what people are into. Like, if I go back through my videos and look at the audience retention and what people are actually clicking on, the #1 search that people click on my videos is cellular trail cameras and how to put food plots in the woods, small food plots, small land management, things like that. Those types of videos is what attract people to the channel. The next would be the hunting videos. I have some hunting videos that I think it's almost building up to 100,000 views, and not every view is going to be a subscriber. So that's just the way that it works. Not everybody that watches your videos is going to like your content. You have to consider the amount of people in the world and the amount of people that watch YouTube videos. It's just impossible to create every viewer into a subscriber. So, and that's okay. That's just the way it works. And it depends what people are brought to your channel by. So if somebody, you know, you have to kind of stick to one niche, So if you're trying to create this huge niche between all kinds of different niches, it's not going to work out, because people want to be able to come to your channel, and click on different videos, and they all kind of roll together as far as being relevant to each other. So my channel, I basically like to do like vlog type stuff. I started doing like the vlog type videos probably like a year and a half ago. They just kind of seem to work, pretty good, with what I'm doing. I just throw all kinds of different videos in there, and being by myself, working full time, 40, 50 hours a week, pretty much right now, being that it's, the type of year that it is, not the type of year, but the time of year that it is in the wintertime, there's really not a whole lot going on. I can't hunt after work, so I'm limited to only the weekends. So ideally, I want to be able to put out 3 videos a week on YouTube. And right now, being by yourself, I can't do that. So I stick to one video every Wednesday night, which I have a new video coming out tomorrow, every Wednesday night, and then the live streams on Tuesdays. Now, when we get into spring and summer, I'll have more content because of food plots, preparation for the upcoming deer season, things like that. So I'll be able to put out more content. Now, if you have more people, your pro staff or team members, whatever you want to call them, they can be out doing videos as well and create their stuff, and then you can use that content to upload to your channel as well. So the whole key is consistency. So if you tell people that you're going to upload videos on Wednesday night, well, you need to upload videos on Wednesday night, or at least try to stick to that schedule. Thomas, I understand that, but in Pennsylvania, it's not that easy, and your videos are very helpful. Thanks, man. It's difficult everywhere. Honestly, I just picked up property in Pennsylvania through a lease, and it was actually relatively cheap to do there in Pennsylvania. I've been looking in Maryland for a lease, but the cost of property in Maryland is overwhelming to lease or anything like that. And I hunted public land for years, but I transitioned into private land, like 10 years ago. But I had to reach out to Pennsylvania to be able to do that. I have my YouTube channel now for 9 months and have 33 subscribers. The highest view count I have, I think, is 104. Hard to find gold content that everybody wants. It is, but it's still possible, And when I first started my channel, I had a bunch of videos and I didn't know what I was doing. I was just uploading videos. I didn't, consider audience retention. I didn't consider, proper SEO, search engine optimization, through tags, title, and description. And I was uploading videos consistently, and I wasn't gaining subscribers. I wasn't getting views. I wasn't getting subscribers or anything like that. And then once I figured out and learned SEO, what people actually search for, mid-January of this year, because we're still in 2017. So almost a year ago, I think I have gained almost 4,000 subscribers. 3,700, 3,800, something like that in less than a year. I think I will hit 4,000. I think I have like 50 more subscribers or something like that before I hit 4,000. So hopefully by the end of the year, I hit 4,000. And you have to set goals. So my goal this year was to reach 3,000 subscribers, and we almost hit 4,000. So you just have to be consistent. Not to mention YouTube is saturated. See, that's the mindset that you can't have, because people always say you can't grow on YouTube because it's saturated. Well, it is saturated, but you have to work around that. That includes titles, tags, and descriptions around around your niche. So again, if you go to YouTube and you search in, if you create a title on videos that say deer hunting, well, the amount of traffic that the word deer hunting attracts and the amount of videos in that search column for deer hunting is going to be overwhelming. So you have to narrow down your search. So instead of putting a title of deer hunting for a video, you have to narrow that keyword down, that search result down, so your video ranks. So if you're titling, deer hunting with a bow and arrow over a food plot, well, you just narrowed that search result down to a smaller audience. Therefore, your channel or your video has a better chance of ranking. So the word saturated, it doesn't mean anything as far as YouTube videos go, because you just have to work around that. You have to figure out SEO. It's so important on SEO as far as ranking your videos on YouTube. James Miller, your how to put in a food plot video is what got me interested in your channel. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, if I look back on everything on what people are interested in, it's always been trail camera information, and and how to put in food plots in the woods, how to put in small food plots, how to manage like small pieces of property or attract deer, to small pieces of property. Because I went for that because, one, it's what I do, but two, I knew that that's what the average person has to deal with, is small properties, small food plots, food plots in the woods, because we don't have field access to do it. So, and that's my real life situation. So I knew that if I did it that way, that majority of people could relate to that, because that's what you guys have to deal with as well. So I kind of worked around that, and went with that type of strategy, and it worked out. Obviously some videos did better than others, but that's just the way YouTube works. So I think I have a couple on there, food plot videos, that are like 50,000 views. Some have 600 views. It's just the way that it works. There's nothing you can do about it. You just keep pushing out content, and your channel will grow 100%. Adam, great channel. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. So back to the sponsorship thing real quick. We're going to wrap this up here in about 10 minutes. So if you guys have any more questions as far as that goes, or YouTube, be sure to fire away. So when you're working with these companies and you're promoting them, and let's just say that, for the first year, that company has decided to give you free product. So for that whole year, you're getting free product, and you're promoting them and things like that. Well, the next year, if you have to consider all the pro staff that company has. So they may have 100 pro staff. So everybody in that pro staff is trying to do the same thing that you're trying to do. So you have to do things that make yourself stand out, and you have to do more than the next guy. So if you're doing more than the next guy, you're going to make yourself stand out. That company's going to recognize you. And then that next year comes around, you can say, okay, well, I did this, and this for you. I know people that bought this, and that. okay, well, now it's time to up things. You can start making money, you can start profiting, and things like that. So it's just, there's, when you guys, get into hunting and you want to get into the hunting industry, I'm telling you guys, is literally the best thing that I've done, because it's opened up so many different windows for certain things. You can go to trade shows, the ATA show, the Harrisburg Hunting Show. You get to work with these companies hand in hand. You get to meet people, new friends. It's just so many different things that you can do, and it opens up so many different, you know, I can't even. It is literally the best thing that I've ever done. Is done that. It started doing videos and working with companies, and things like that. So hopefully 2018 continues well, and I hope it does. My goal now, it's always good to create goals when you're doing stuff like this. So between now and the end of next year, my goal is to have 10,000 subscribers on this channel. Like I said, we're almost at 4,000. I've gained like 3,700 this year. So in the next year, I want to gain, I want to have 10,000 subscribers. That's just a goal of mine. I like setting goals and trying to go for it. So we're going to see how that goes, and hopefully, it works out. SJ Outdoors, does the Groundhog Max really work great? I've been on the edge of buying one. And do you do any hinge cutting? I will be doing some hinge cutting on the new property that I just leased. I will be doing a lot of videos on hinge cutting and things like that. And the groundhog really does work. I think I have like 3 videos or so on this channel. Just go to YouTube and search in Groundhog Max. This is a perfect example of SEO ranking. If you go to searching Groundhog Max, my video is the #1 video that pops up when you search that keyword on YouTube. Groundhog Max is the #1 video. So if you want to watch and see how it actually works, you can go ahead and watch that. But it does work, and I highly recommend it. I have the Groundhog Max, says David, and yes, they work really well. I was amazed at how well it works. Just have to have a strong rear hitch. Yes, you do have to have a strong rear hitch. ATVs, or any hitch for that matter, is meant for downward pressure. When you use the Groundhog Max, it's actually upward pressure on that hitch. So a lot of times you have to reinforce your hitch on your ATV, or if it's a certain model, they actually make a support bracket that can go on there and support it. Yes, SJ Outdoors, better off spending the extra money on the kit from the hitch. Yes, unfortunately, my 4-wheeler is actually an older one, so they didn't make a hitch kit for mine. So I actually had to buy some steel, and I just welded some reinforced brackets on that hitch, just to beef it up a little bit, because, like I said, hitches are meant for downward pressure. They're not meant for upward pressure. So once you get that, though, telling you, the Groundhog Max really does work really well. Also, guys, before I let you guys go, on all the videos that I upload from here on out, I know everybody's not on the channel is not watching right now, but I will be announcing it more throughout the videos that I upload from here on out. But I'm going to go back to giving away free t-shirts and free hats. So if you guys want a chance to win that type of merchandise, every time I upload a video, all you guys have to do is just like the video, actually watch the video if you guys are interested in it, watch the video and comment on it and share the video. Every video that I upload, probably like once or twice a month, I will be going through the comments and picking random people that actually do that, like the video, share the video, and leaving comments on that video as well. So I will be picking random people to win t-shirts and Whitetail Obsession Outdoor t-shirts and hats and stuff like that. I did it last year for a few months. It worked out pretty good. A lot of people, won some, t-shirts and hats and stuff. So I kind of went away from that, but from here on out, we're going to go ahead and start that back up again. So If you guys want to win that, like I said, just like the videos, watch them, share them, comment on them, just interact on the videos, and you guys could win. David, yes, I bought the kit with the long tube and bolted it on. Awesome, 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 awesome. Yeah, guys. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I will be back again next Tuesday, 7 p.m. with a new subject. And also I got a new video coming out tomorrow, every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. So be sure to check that out. I hope you guys had a good Christmas. I hope you guys are doing good, feeling good. I hope you guys have a good New Year's. Stay safe. Don't do nothing too crazy. And I will see you guys back here next Tuesday. So thank you guys so much for watching. Again, really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time. See you guys.